Order filled.
Jesus Christ, go down. Go down. Jeez. Jesus. See these pivots here. Those are the highs. That's my original order right in here. So I'm just keeping it there right now. I gotta give it this room. If they're gonna take me out, but I'm thinking at some point, look at these highs. It's struggled here. It pushed a little bit more. Now it's here. Ultimately, it's gonna go here, and I'll try it again there. But my God, Jesus, the force in here, it will not go down. Unbelievable. No, I'll probably get taken out. I'll have to see this area. This is the ultimate area right here. I think it's going to try to get to there. It's ultimately trying to push to there. Unbelievable. And then we'll have to see what happens there. If it busts through this, then we'll consider it more serious north. But if it kind of fiddle farts around there, then I'm taking it down. I'll pause.
Target filled.
Yeah, okay. Got there. It's only been like a, I don't know, I think I said something here, and it's been like 2 seconds.
Target filled.
So let's get these things going down. It's got to get under or above. I'm not quite sure where it's going.
Target filled.
If it gets too much more above, then it's gonna be. But if it can't do it, boy, I would really like to get up high here. So when it tries to fiddle farts around here and makes this box, this rectangle box, you can see it here. Ah, it's not wrong one. Oh, come on. Ah, Jesus, Jesus.
NQ 14-2 reversal bar down.
This is where the retracement is. There's your there would be the bot triggers to say, okay, trigger to go, and it goes right there. But then there's your retracement to come down here to go then back up. And I'm hoping that it goes back up and can't get past this area. So what I think I'll do is I'll just put an order at what, 84? I'll just do that. I'm doing it on this chart for a reason. My ATM on this one is set a little differently. Ah, he's serious.
Target filled. Target.
NQ 14-2 reversal bar up.
This line here, I can get rid of that one. This line, black line, I drew. Because it's a higher time frame pivot. Or no, that's the day open or something. I forget what it is now, but it's something good to look at. I think that's what ultimately these two lines is what it was really trying to go for. That would have been the max, and this is my target area here. But I don't know if we're gonna make it here that far. So let's do this.
NQ.
It's gonna go. We're gonna get in one way or the other, preferably higher. I needed to get under this stupid line.
Order filled.
Now I gotta put my top up here. Let's get rid of this one. I'll do it again. If it pops me out, I'll do it again. So I'm gonna go under this pivot or above this pivot here.
Stop filled.
You don't need the box, do you anymore? The choppy box? The chop box? Oh, that's a good name for it. Chop box. Now we can go to the bigger chart. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on, just tank. I should go above the high. I mean, we're only looking at what, 76, 80, so 7 points. Because, I mean, that's the normal risk, the ante for the gamble. But, again, I'm looking at a higher time frame. I need to get this under this line here. It needs to go under here. Stay under. There you go. And now once I can get it under here, like once it breaks this area here, if it bounces on this area and then comes back up, it could very well take me out. So I'll keep it up high because it might fart around here for a while. But if it could break this area here, the 50, then we might, you know, come down to here and then, you know, it'll mess around here for a while. But we'd be way up here, so we'll be sitting good just waiting for it and waiting and waiting and waiting. But ultimately, it's going to go up or it's going to go down. But I'm kind of venturing to say, at least short term, I want it to go down. And now I got to go feed the dog. I guess we could wait. I guess I could pause it. Why don't I do that? I'll pause. We're just going to chop around here for a little while. I'm going to keep it up high. See, it's going to trail automatic. But I'm going to keep it up high because I've already committed to it. And there's my ante. So what's the point of bringing it down to here just to get popped out? I want to keep it high. That's what I already said I would do. So that's what I'm going to do. So let me pause it. Okay. I wish I had a way to turn this off, auto trail. I keep doing it, but it keeps going back on. So we got to this area. Here's our bounce. I'm just going to go bounce back up to here and see if it can make it all the way up. That's why I'm going to keep my, because I know darn well if I bring my stop to break even, it's going to pop me out because there's your bounce. It's going to bounce there. If anything, once it gets here, it's going to decide, is it going to tank further and bust this area, or does it continue rising from this bounce? Which one's stronger? It's going to be this bounce or this resistance. One of the two are stronger, but I've already made my bed. So now I got to keep my stop up there. And if this bounce is big enough, then it's going to take me out and it's going to keep going north. Does that make kind of sense? So we got to see now. But I got to keep this out of, well, now I feel a little better, but I'm still keeping it out of the way. But I definitely feel better now. Now that we've busted this area. But now we're going to fart around here for a while. Here's your VWAP. You can see it going to VWAP. So I'm going to keep it. Maybe I'll bring it down to this pivot up here. So I'm bringing it down a little bit, but I'm going to keep it above this pivot. Because I could take out that. It could still come up to this big bar. But at least my risk is down to, you know, what, 4, 5.
CL alert.
Yeah, I could do that. I could do that pivot. Because we're down far enough that if it does come up here and bust through it, then... But you know what? Here, how about that? You know what? No. I've already said I want this area. So, you know, once I start getting down here to the VWAP, then I'll let it stay on. But all it's going to do... See, now the lower we get, the harder it is to get up. Oh, I got to turn that thing on. The harder it is going to be to get back up here. I don't want to give it too much now. But look, these are all the areas. These are the bounce areas. It's going to come up here, bouncing on VWAP. It's going to come up. It's going to come up. Maybe bounce from here, bounce from here, bounce from here, and then tank to bust this VWAP. It's just a slingshot. It needs to get enough force to get through this VWAP. The question is, do I bring it back down and take profit? And then do it again? I'll wait for I want to see it. Let it come down to here, and then I will. There's my pivot. There. Now, if it busts, great. If it doesn't, I'll just do it again later at a higher spot. But I really like it to bust this. So I'll keep it above that pivot right here. There's my trade management. That's my trade management. So maybe this short video, if I can keep it small, will be easier. So anyway, I'll come back. It's rather going to take me out here. I'm going to keep it above that pivot. There's got to be a way to turn that off. I really got to check with Ninja. I don't know why. I keep telling it, turn off. It's off, see? I don't understand it. Anyway, it's either going to take me out or it's going to bust this area, which I'm thinking it might, looking at the bigger time frames. But anyway, I'll come back. Okay, well, I'm about ready to get busted
Stop
out.
fill.
Oh, but see here, it is 50. Do I really want to be in front of it? That's where I'd have an order right there. So I really got to go above that pivot, which is a reversal bar from a higher time frame. I just need a new pivot. It might take out this one here. How many times have we seen this? Here, what's this one? Take it out by a tick or two.
And you 14 to reversal bar
Takes that out by a tick or two, maybe to the 50, and then bounces. I gotta feed my dog. And then if I get popped, I get popped. I'm due for a, there it is. It took out that high.
and
Took out that pivot.
14 to reversal
Good
bar
thing I'm at a higher. See? How many times have you seen those things? Come all the way to a reversal, where it would be a reversal bar, but it just makes this nice, big, long wick. This big wick right here that you've just seen from here to there is a wick on a higher time frame, this one here.
14 to
So now I could use the smaller time frame, come back to the smaller time frame, and maybe stay above that 50. Okay, so now that I got a nice pivot here, for sure. And now I want it to bust a VWAP. But if it can't bust it again, look, 1 attempt, 2 attempt. Here's our 3rd attempt. More than likely, it's going to pop me out. It could try it here for a bounce to go down. It could try it here for a bounce to go down. But if it breaks this area, then it's going back up higher. Maybe to here or there for a bounce. Maybe back to our original spot. We'll do it again. All right, pausing. All right, looks like we might get popped. You can see the box, right? If I put my chop box on here, you can see it, right? So we'll stay above it.
14 to reversal bar down.
Attempt to stay above it. There's our pivots. Just going to do this a couple times until finally it says I'm going to do something.
See how you alert 14
If I could break these
reversal bar down.
cyans, these lows, like a 1, 2, 3, triple bottom, actually quadruple bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. If I could break these, then we're going lower. If it can't, then it might come up a little higher, take me out, and attempt it again there. Okay, so the question is, do I want to stay above these areas? Or do I just want to take profit here? Problem is, when I take profit here and it breaks this area, I'm out of it. Too hard to get back in. That's the problem. So, I mean, I'm already in. This is my philosophy. I'm already in the money, so it's like, you know what? It's just too hard to get in. And as long as you can manage it, oh, come on. I got to deal with this ATM. It's really pissing me off. There's got to be a way to shut it off. So we've already got, 38 points, 40 points, and we're totally getting under this line here. And we don't want to see it pivot up. It could come to this area here, like right here, for another bounce. So I don't want to be a stop there. If anything, I want to add on right there. All right, I got to turn that off. This is where I want to add on right here. If I get rid of the chop box, I'll get rid of the chop box. We got to bust this area. We need to have it come up to this area to get our pivot. We really do. There's the chop box. We could leave that behind us because we've broken out of it. So we could draw another one somewhere. I could probably come to here. I'll use this reversal bar, which is a higher time frame. And then this is a higher time frame reversal bar. In any event, we need it to come up here, put some mortars on there, stop people out, or whatever, or new entries, whatever. Maybe one of these spots, then go back down, here's another line here, see how that cyan lines are painting at the bottom? The pivots. in any event. Those are powerful. So it's gonna, I need it to come up here to do an entry, and then I need it to tank so I can have a nice pivot that I could hide behind. And right here would be good. Actually, even right here would be even better. But then the issue is, what happens here at this line here? This is what we got to ask ourselves: is what happens there when it comes back down there? If it busts it, I'm sitting pretty. If it bounces up again, then we could maybe take it higher, and by that time I'll be out. And looks like my ninja just froze up a little bit. Oh, that's nice. Well, I'll let the ATM handle it because I can't do anything. I'm locked up. Oh, that's just great. That's just great. Oh, that's just great. Come on. See if this chart works. What the heck? Come on. Oh, there's nothing I can do. The ATM's got to do it. Oh, and look at that ATM. There's the pivot. So I really want to be. I'm locked up. I can't do anything. Come on. See, now we're down at that. I just circled. I tried pausing. Well, there's nothing I can do. I gotta wait for Ninja to catch up and come back. So we'll just have to hope that the ATM can handle it. So there's that bounce. Couldn't get past that low pivot. And if it does and breaks it and comes, there we go. And there's nothing I can do. I can't change it. I can't do anything. There's 100 points. Or no, it's $100. It's 50 points. This is micro, by the way. Just doing some management practice, management for my bot. Oh gosh, there's nothing I can do. Okay, I'm getting aggravated. Anyway, this is the money management part that the bot's gonna ultimately do between hopscotching between the pivots and ATM. Oh, where's my ATM? I don't even have it on yet. Oh, it's over. I've hit my targets. That's why it only paints until it hits a stop or a target, and target 3 would be my highest one, so it stopped painting way back here somewhere, or wherever I got on. I don't even want to go there. It doesn't matter. Oh, can't do anything. I'm stuck. Nothing I can do. So I've got my, now ultimately I could see it coming up to this 48 area, you know, with the VWAP, the magnet. So it'll probably take me out at the, at this. I'm going to hide behind this pivot. I'm also hiding behind but it's due for retracement, so it's probably going to take me out, which it just did, which is fine. So it'd be another setup here at our chop box. And now that sucks is when it doesn't. Seriously. Now that sucks. But you got to stop somewhere. And here we go again for, you can barely see it. This there's a cyan, the bar, the pivot. So we broke that one, and here's another one. There's a bunch of crap here. So the bot would not take this anyway because it doesn't have 20 ticks room to run. 20 is my default, but you could change that. But anyway, if it's set up for another one, if everything worked out well for another setup, it won't take it because it doesn't have enough room to get to the target, or at least T1 or T2 or whatever we set it at. So right now I'm just playing with the runner money management. So in any event, that's how I do it. I'm going to keep this short. Okay, bye.